Hey everybody, how's it going? Today I'm here to bring you my Ancient Gear deck profile. Now I took this to my Thursday locals. Thursday is casual nights at our locals. I ended up getting second with it. A very fun deck. Let's focus in a little more. Very fun deck. But this isn't going to be your take it to your very competitive Saturday locals against Drytron, Infernoble, all that type of stuff, and go ham with it. I mean, you could if you want. You're gonna need lightning storms, forbidden droplets, everything going second, all the good going second cards to beat those kinds of decks. So basically, in this profile, I'm not gonna be having a bunch of like meta cards because on our casual nights, it's sort of just we all agree not to use like really busted cards. We're there to have fun. We play our bad decks, things like that. So with that out of the way, let's just get into the profile. So first of all, we're playing the one Ancient Gear Golem, and the one Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound. You just need them. I like to play two because in case you hard draw one, you can't summon it from your deck with Gear Town, or not Gear Town, Ancient Gear Catapult, so you don't get the fusion from deck with Ancient Gear Fusion. One thing to note is that all of the Ancient Gear monsters, or most of the Ancient Gear monsters, have the same effect, that your opponent cannot activate spells or traps in the battle phase. So yeah. If you summon these guys, you're not really going to be summoning these guys, just mostly for the fusion you'll be summoning them. Sometimes you get them out to attack, but that's basically it. Next up, I play the two Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. This guy is mostly used sort of like for your OTKs a little bit. You can summon that out pretty easily with Gear Town. If you happen to have another Gear Town, during battle phase after he during the battle phase after he attacks, he can destroy a spell or trap in the field. So you attack with one of them, pop your Gear Town, and then summon out the second Reactor Dragon, and then just keep going. This guy is pretty good. Wouldn't play him more than two, but yeah. Next up, you play three Ancient Gear Wyvern, or I play three Ancient Gear Wyvern. This is your Searcher, archetypal Searcher of the deck. On summon, he adds you any Ancient Gear card from your deck to your hand. Different than the big Ancient Gears, when he attacks, your opponent can activate monster effects, so if you need something to prevent your opponent from activating a monster effect, try and get him out. Also, I probably will be doing some type of combo at the end of the video, a 2-card combo for OTKing, so stay tuned for that. Next up is I play two Ancient Gear Frame. He's alright, you're mostly using him to search your Ancient Gear Fusion. I'll show you how to do that with him in the combo. The 2-card combo, I believe I'm going to be using Gear Town and Catapult, so yeah. Also one thing to mention on Wyvern, after you use his search effect, you are not able to set cards for the rest of the turn for some reason. Doesn't make much sense, but yeah. Yeah, for Frame, wouldn't play more than two. He's a level 4, so you can make rank 4s with him. I play a couple rank 4s in the deck. Next up, I play three Hunting Hound. So, when you normal summon him, you can inflict 600 damage to your opponent. Pretty good for burn. It's alright. It sort of helped me a little bit during the tournament I played, but yeah, his other effect is that he's I don't know what you'd say, he's a polymerization for himself. His effect is that you can fuse with himself and other Ancient Gear you control. So in case you don't hard draw your spoiler, I play Power Bond, and the Ancient Gear Fusions. In case you don't draw those, or search those, you can just use him as a polymerization. I don't like him that much, but you just gotta play three because sometimes you run out of stuff to use for your Ancient Gear Fusion when you're fusioning from deck, sending from deck, so excuse me. Most of the time I just send two of these from deck for Ancient Gear Fusion. Next up, I play the one box. Low-key the MVP of the Ancient Gear monsters, because just being able to add your Frame or spoiler, I'm playing Infinitrack Anchor Drill, because Anchor Drill has 500 defense, you can add this, and being able to loop it with Bullet Train is just so good, man. It's so good. And speaking of Bullet Train, I play three of him. He's just Bullet Train rank 10. I'll just add this in right now. I'm playing 2 Derrickrane. You just sort of need some Earth Machine extenders so you make your Ballista. So that's mostly why I play these guys. You could cut the Derrick Crane. You definitely want the bullet trains because it helps you add back if you're not able to OTK. Because at the end phase, if he's sent to the graveyard, you can add any Earth Machine from your grave to your hand. So, there's a little glare. Unfortunate, but yeah. Also, Derrick Crane, when he's detached from an Xyz monster, you can pop a card in the field, so that's pretty good. I think I might want to change like the 2 Derrick Cranes for more Infinitrack stuff, like maybe 2 Trencher, 2 Dozer or something, I'm not sure. But you definitely need some Earth Machine extenders in the deck, because just the Ancient Gear monsters themselves don't really cut it. Lastly, for the Earth Machines, I'm playing triple Anchor Drill. This card is so good. Just being able to summon like your Wyvern from hand, and then you automatically have a Link 2 into Ballista is just so good. You can sort of do some level manipulations with it, but it never came up, and I'm not even playing any cards to go into when I level manipulate. Stuttering a little bit. But yeah, that's basically it. Anchor Drill's just insane. Being able to add this off of your box is so good, and you can just do it for follow-up plays too. So that's it for the monsters. Now we're on to the spells. I play triple Urgent Schedule. Got the secret rares, the reprints. So that's sort of why I wanted to play this deck, because they're going to be cheap now, like $5. This card's insane. 1 card Ballista. Yeah, it's just so good. Being able to just get 2 your monsters, 2 Earth Machines on for to go into Ballista without using your normal summon is just so good. Nothing much to say about this. This card is so good. Next up, I play 2 Ancient Gear Fusion. I wouldn't play more than 2, honestly. It's alright. It's sort of mediocre because it says they have to control an Ancient Gear Golem to use materials from deck, which sort of sucks. Like, the only way you're getting that out is from Catapult, or by somehow you open Urgent Schedule and a Golem and you tribute something. Like, I don't know, man. This card is good, but it could be a lot better. Then, speaking of Catapult, I'm running 3 of that, and I'm running the 1 Foolish Burial. So basically, when you activate it, you have to target a face-up spell or trap, or is it face-up spell or trap or face-up card? Target 1 face-up card you control. You can only activate it while you control no monsters, so that's the downside a little bit. So you target a face-up card you control, you destroy it, and then you summon any Ancient Gear monsters from your deck, ignoring summoning conditions. So that's how you get out your Golem. And while it's in the grave, you can banish it to target a spell trap you control, pop it, you gain a token, level 1 token. Then whenever you pop, you're probably going to get a summon off it anyway. So it gives you a token and just more ways to go into your Ballista, basically. And Foolish Burial to send it, because its graveyard effect is pretty good. Then, Triple Gear Town. Now that we have a way to search it with Ballista, and being able to pop it with Ballista is so good. If you open, like, at least 1, and you're searching another one off of Ballista, like, you definitely are getting OTK. Your opponent's getting OTK'd. Because being able to summon, like, 2 monsters off this, like, you double Reactor Dragon is just super good. And then, the last Ancient Gear card, I'm playing a Double Fortress. This card won me so many games, because them not being able to respond to any Ancient Gear card or effect being activated is just so good. Also, them being protected from targeting the turn they were normal summoned or special summoned, and being protected from destruction. Oh my gosh, it's just so good. I don't know if I'd play more than 2, even though it's super good. The deck space is pretty tight. I think I'm playing 41. But, yeah, I don't know. I might bump this up to 3. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to play it a little bit more to see if I want it. It's searchable. That's the other thing. Its other effect is that when it's destroyed, I believe. Let me see it. Yeah, destroyed in the spawn trap zone. You can special an Ancient Gear monster from your hand or graveyard. So more ways to OTK. You can pop this off of Reactor Dragon or off of Ballista, summon 1 from your hand or grave. Just more ways to OTK. And then for the, I don't know, OTK card, sort of, I play the 1 Power Bond, Overload Fusion, and double Limiter Removal. Limiter Removal is So funny. I love it. I love limit removal. Overload fusion is good. I do play Verte Anaconda just for the overload fusion. So you can just link into your Verte Anaconda after you're done making your Chaos Ancient Gear. Overload fusion, make another one, and definitely kill them. Then Power Bond just because, you know, it's Power Bond. So, yeah, Power Bond is... I love Power Bond so much. So cool. And finally, lastly, I play 3 one-ofs. 1 Called By, 1 Harpies, and Monster Reborn. I mean, back row's rough. Monster Reborn is good, Called By is good. But, yeah, that's it for the main deck. I don't know if I would change much about it. Maybe, like, the Dara Crane. Maybe the frames. Or not the frames, the hounds, I mean. Oh, the Fortress. Maybe the Fortress. I don't know, I'd have to play it some more. But yeah, so let's get into the extra deck. So, the best card in your extra deck, Double Ballista. This guy helps you OTK because he can make... Oh, actually first, on summon, on Link Summon, he adds any Ancient Gear monster, I believe. Any Ancient Gear monster or Gear Town. So, yeah, it basically searches, like, all your good cards. Excuse me. And there's other effects that you can target a spell trap you control, and a monster your opponent controls. Destroy your spell or trap, and your opponent's monster becomes 0 attack and 0 defense. So you're basically just running over it with Chaos Ancient Gear Giant and attacking for a lot of damage. It helps you facilitate your OTKs. Next up, I'll play the 1 Verte. You can use it to use your Fusion, your Ancient Gear Fusion, or your Overload, which is mostly what I use it for. And the best boss monster, Double Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. This is the guy you always make. So basically, he can attack every monster your opponent controls, does piercing damage, and has 4,500 attack. Also, unaffected by spells and traps, and is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, your opponent's monsters cannot activate their effects during the battle phase, so he's one hell of a boss monster. This is your guy who used OTK. So, Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. Focus, baby? There we go. Yeah, this is your guy right here. And I play the 1 Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem and the 1 Ancient Gear Megaton Golem. I never made these. They're in there just because, I mean, in case you don't have enough monsters to make for your Chaos Ancient Gear Golem, you can make these guys. They're alright. Not the best, but they're there. Still, you can OTK with these guys. They're pretty good. Next up, I'm playing Double Ancient Gear Howitzer. During the main phase, you can activate its effect to burn your opponent for 1,000. And it's unaffected by card effects, I believe. Unaffected by other card effects. And if this card is destroyed by a battle, it's at the grave, it can special an Ancient Gear monster from deck, ignoring summoning conditions. So this is also another way to get out your golem. So basically, he's more of like your first turn. If you're forced to go first, you can just make him burn for 1,000. Sit on him. If they attack over him, you summon your Wyvern, get a search box, search Anchor Drill, so you have some good follow-ups for next turn. I don't think I'd play more than 2. He's pretty good. The burn actually is a little relevant if you're playing against Sacred Beast and they have that stupid trap on field where they gain life points for every monster you summon, so the burn's relevant a little bit, but yeah, that's it for all the Ancient Gear fusion monsters. Now we're on to the XCs. I play one Baguska, 1 Abyss Roller, 1 Tornado Dragon. So basically, sort of like the combo. Normal summon Anchor Drill, special summon Wyvern, get a search, make Baguska pass if you're forced to go first. Yeah, that's basically what these guys are for. Tornado Dragon for playing against a lot of back row, Abyss Roller, locks up the graveyard. Pretty self-explanatory, honestly. And lastly, since you're playing the trains, a couple of level 10s, I play Gustav, Super Dora, and Liebe. Honestly, Dora is a flex. You could put whatever you want here. Quite a bit of this is a flex. Like, these are sort of a bit flexy. Whatever you could want, you can put in here. These two are sort of a flex. You can sort of put whatever you want. You can play them if you want. I haven't made those yet, because I'm just OTKing with Chaos. But yeah. Gustav Max, detach to burn. Then you overlay it for Libe attack for a lot of damage. So basically, no matter what, you're trying to OTK them going second. Super Door is a going first option in case you somehow are lucky enough to hard draw both train monsters. You just make him and pass, so you're sitting on a 4k booty that's unaffected. So, yeah, that's basically it for the deck profile. I'm going to get to the combo, my deck ready for the combo, and I will see you there. Alright everybody, I'm back, and for the combo you need a Gear Town and a Ancient Gear Catapult. Now, this is for going second, and I'm just using 3 Bullet Train and Harpies just for... have them there to replicate what your hand size is. So first thing you're going to do is activate your Gear Town. You're going to activate your Catapult targeting your Gear Town. So your Catapult is going to pop Gear Town to summon out your Ancient Gear Golem from your deck. Then your Gear Town will activate. Summon another Ancient Gear monster from your deck. So Grave right there. Catapult. So you'll summon your Wyvern from your deck. Now, on summon, Wyvern will add you your box. And box effect, since it was added by a card effect, will add you your frame. Now what you're going to want to do is normal summon your frame. And use your frame effect, discarding your Bullet Train, or whatever card you have in your hand, to add your, so this is your hand, graveyard, to add your fusion to your hand. Now here you have one of two options. You can either fusion first or link. So I think what we want to do here is go for the link. So link these two away for your Ballista. We'll use Ballista effect to add Gear Town to hand. Let's see here. These are supposed to be in the grave. There we go. Actually, put those... Anyways, so we're going to use activate your Gear Town and use your Ballista to pop your Gear Town and make an opponent's monster 0 attack and 0 defense. And here you can basically summon any Ancient Gear monster you have, but basically if you're trying to OTK, you're going to be summoning your Reactor Dragon. Now this is your hand right here. You're going to go activate Fusion, sending away your box. Your... technically you could keep the box in hand if you want. But we're going to be sending away Golem, then fusing from your deck. Let's just say we'll use the 3 Hunting Hound for your Chaos Golem, Ancient Gear Golem. So now we have a Ancient Gear Golem that can attack all your monsters. One of them is 0 attack, 0 defense, so either way they're taking 4,500. Reactor Dragon for another 3k, Ballista for another 15. He does piercing damage as well. And you have 4 cards in hand. Now the other option is that you can go ahead and link these two away for your Verte. And use its effect to send away your Overload Fusion to make another one. So you can just go summon him, and then you banish all of your... Just banish 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Banish 4. And that's your OTK combo. So if you want, you can keep the Reactor Dragon on field, and the Ballista, or you can just make double Chaos Ancient Gear Giant with a Vertanicon in hand. You also have 4 other cards in hand. That could have been like an Anchor Drill. So instead of normal summoning the frame, you could normal summon the Anchor Drill and special summon frame from your hand, so you'd have another monster. So you could have kept the either the Reactor Dragon or the Ballista on field. Just so it depends on what you open up. This is a basic 2-card OTK combo. And yeah, that's basically it for the video. Just wanted to say thanks for watching. If you have any comments or insights about the Ancient Gear profile in itself, feel free to leave it down below. If you have any suggestions on what decks to profile, and if I have them, I can do them. I'm going to be playing in this Saturday tournament. I think I'll be uploading this while it'll be uploaded by the time I get there. So depending on what place I take, if I do good, I might upload the deck that I used if I don't play Koki's again. I just need to get one of my old decks. I sort of want to play muskets, but besides me from rambling right there, that's basically it for the profile. Just thanks for watching. I appreciate all the support you guys have given me. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.